Good morning, kindergartners. Unfortunately, today our OLS is down, so I'm going to be recording the lesson for you, and then you can watch it and talk to somebody you're sitting next to about your thinking, and then do the exit task. Please make sure to email me once you have watched the recording or read the story, and then also once you have done your exit test. All right, here we go. We're going to get started. So the first thing, I'd like you to pause your screen, and I would like you to go over the different words here from our rainbow word list. So everybody, I'd like you to pause, press pause. And I'd like you to practice reading, spelling, and writing these words. Come back when you're done. All right, you guys. So we are going to continue on. And since this is not a live class today, we won't have a regular shout out, but why don't you say your hellos anyways? Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's keep going. And our class expectations, please remind yourself that even though this is a recording, you want to make sure that your eyes are still watching, your ears are listening, your body is in a school space. You don't really need to worry about your mic muted and your hand raised to share and your camera on. Please always remember we want to be kind, work hard, and have fun, and always be a Yeti. Ready? Yeti high five. Yeti high five. All right, Yetis, are you ready? Let's get started. So today, here's what we're working on. Let me get a little spotlight going. Our learning target, I can share about the major events of a story in order. So we have the beginning, that's the first big thing to happen. Middle, the next big event to happen. The end, the final big event to happen. Okay, so let's take a look here. Do you remember what questions good readers ask when they read a story? So think about it for a second. So remember, we ask about the characters, like who is the story about? We ask about the setting. We say where and when does the story take place? We ask about the events, meaning what is happening. So here's our characters, our setting, and here is what we're really focused on right now, which is what is happening. So those events are what happens in the story. All right, so now it's story time. Make sure your eyes are watching, your ears are listening, your voice is quiet, and your body is still. Everybody check themselves and see if you're ready to go. Today we are reading Snowmen at Night by Carolyn Buhner, pictures by Mark Buhner. All right, so see if you can point to the author and illustrator. I just read them. Where are they at? Okay, so we have right here, this is our author, the person who wrote the story, Carolyn Buhner. Pictures mean that's the illustrator. So Mark Buhner, that's the illustrator of the story. What is this page called? Remember when we open up a book, there's the cover, we open it up. What is it called? It's the title page, okay? Title page. Here we go. We're going to get started here. Okay, I want you to make a prediction after I read this page. A prediction is your best guess based on what you see here and what you hear. One wintry day, I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day, when I saw him, he was not the same at all. Why wasn't the snowman the same, do you think? Why do you think that? Pause the video, think about it, turn and talk to somebody and tell them what you think. All right, let's find out if your predictions came true or not. All right, so before we do that, let's freeze though and turn and tell somebody you're sitting next to who is the story about so far and where and when is the story taking place. Please pause your video, think first, then turn and talk to somebody you're sitting next to, and then get back to our lesson. So press pause. All right, let's continue on. So, one more question. What has happened so far in the story? Not much, right? Let's turn and talk and first think about what has happened so far in the story. Let's remind ourselves. Turn and tell somebody you're sitting near, tell them what has happened so far, and also pause your video and then get back to it when you're done talking. His hat had slipped, his arms drooped down. He really looked a fright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? So what do you think may have happened to the snowman? Pause your video, turn and talk, and tell somebody you're sitting next to what you think happened to the snowman. I think that snowman start to slide when it gets really dark, off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond and do skating tricks on ice. Sometimes they start giggling and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. They gather up their snowballs. The pitcher takes his aim, and underneath the moonlit sky, they play a baseball game. Freeze! Turn and tell somebody you're sitting next to what events happened in the middle of the story. So, what has happened in the middle of the story now? Everybody pause, think, and turn and talk, and then get back to the story when you're done talking. No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Woohoo! They yell, this is by far the snowman's biggest thrill. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things and one by one they go. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just been doing what snowmen do at night. All right, so we would have had a breakout group. So I want you to think about these questions and then pause the video and turn and talk to somebody you're sitting near. What was your favorite part of the story? What do you like to do in the snow? So pause the video, turn and talk, and answer those questions. Get back to it whenever you're done talking. All right, everybody. Next, when you're done talking, we are going to get our wiggles out. Here we go. 1 second as I click on that link, okay? I gotta get back to it so that it will work. All right. Let me open that up and I will have a new share for us. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second here. And let's see. Okay. Let me share our winter hokey pokey. Here we go. Okay, and I'll share the sound. Here we go. Okay, I think we are ready now. Let me press play. Everybody up, up, up. Let's get our wiggles out.
Come outside, let's do the winter hokey pokey. You put your right mitten in, you take your right mitten out. You put your right mitten in, you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. Woo-hoo. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You put your left mitten in, you take your left mitten out. You put your left mitten in and you shake it all about. Do the winter pokey, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You put your right boot in, you take your right boot out. You put your right boot in and shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You put your left boot in, take your left boot out. Put your left boot in and shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, you put your winter hat in, take your winter hat out. Put your winter hat in and shake it all about. You do the winter pokey, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You put your long scarf in, you take your long scarf out. You put your long scarf in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You put your snowsuit in, you take your snowsuit out. You put your snowsuit in and shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, that's what it's all about.
All right, kindergartners, I hope you enjoyed that, the winter pokey. All right, we are going to now just talk about our exit task that you have today. Let me share the screen here. All right, so this is very similar to the exit task that you did whenever we had our last story. And so all you're gonna have to do is you're going to click on each of the pictures and move them to show where they would go and in what order they would go. You can always use the story and look back into the story because I'll be sending the slides as well with you if you're not sure. go back in the story and take a look. So try and think about what happened the very beginning, middle, and end, and try and put those in order. Remember that whenever we are going on to Class Kick, that you need to click on the log in underneath, which is the part that says continue with portfolio. Use your wava.org email address and your password, lowercase WAVA, WAVA, and then put the events in order, and also use your microphone and tell me what happened in the story in order. So that is what we are doing today for Class Kick. And I will be sending this Class Kick link to you, but this is the link right here. And remember, the code is always going to be the end that you see on that link in case you ever need the code. All right, pick your virtual reward. Just point to the one that you like the best. Which one's the most fun for you? All right. I will see you all. Hopefully tomorrow everything will be working and we won't have to worry about having a recording like this. So cross your fingers. Hope that everything's working tomorrow, and I will see you then. I'll see you at our next class. Have the best day, and I look forward to hearing about this story on Class Kick from you. All right. Bye, everybody. Have the best day ever. Bye-bye.